63 soaking wet, and it actually is soaking wet tonight. But Rave has made some serious inroads in the junior heavyweight ranks. Caprice Coleman does not like the status he's in right now. He believes he's deserving of another title shot. He had one there a week ago, 2 weeks ago, as we taped this, at Hardcore Hell. So now he feels he's sort of like slumming.
Well, Coleman, the former junior heavyweight champion, now would definitely be the #1 contender by process of elimination. However, Jimmy Rave, fighting for that spot, has to be considered a top contender for the belt.
Oh, yeah. Look at his one-loss record recently. Boy, Rave, and also one of the most popular guys we've seen here in Wildside for a while. But I mean, against this juggernaut of Caprice Coleman, man, I don't think so. Not even Jimmy Rave. I hate to be playing favorites here. I mean, I personally don't like Coleman. Actually, I think he's a twit, actually. But as far as an athlete, as a junior heavyweight champion, former junior heavyweight champion, God, he's like perhaps the very best Wildside's got.
2 Japanese arm drags and a precision drop kick by the high-flying sensation Jimmy Rave, and he is in control of Caprice Coleman, and in control in a very good way.
Well, a complete unabashed fist to the face of Coleman, and Coleman just collapses down to the ring, shoving the camera out of the way. Now he's a cameraman. Boy, talk about career diversification.
Well, at Hardcore Hell, he was an announcer. He got up here in the booth during the junior weight title match. Then he took my job just a few minutes ago. I guess he really can do it all.
Well, he wants to be prepared just in case this wrestling gig kind of falls down. Whoa! A charging lariat from Coleman, and down goes Rave. Rave just collapsed right in the middle of the ring.
These two men been involved in some of the best matches the NCW arena has ever seen, including that 3-way dance that was for contention at Hardcore Hell. The third participant involving JC Dazz, the current junior heavyweight champion.
Rave is definitely hurting right now, but I believe that Coleman just wants to just toy with the man. And we know how dangerous Rave is. We've seen that exploding offense of his. I think Coleman should take Jimmy Rave too lightly, you know?
Oh, definitely. Beautiful high leg lariat there by Caprice Coleman, the sure enough coldest brother, as he likes to say.
And say.
Oh, definitely.
Boy, that guy's jaws are greased. I swear they are.
His axe kick, one of his signature maneuvers, here by Caprice Coleman. Such a tremendous athlete, despite the ego, despite the mouth, despite the arrogance, despite the bad attitude. He's here, and he's here to play.
Yeah, no kidding. Coleman, I swear, he rewrites the book every week. I mean, he literally blows up Dan the Dragon Wilson calling this match with the incredible offense, stuff that I think he makes up as he goes along. And he's so successful at it. He's truly amazing. A true juggernaut in every sense of the word.
Oh, yes, and you can't count out Jimmy Rave. He may not be the largest. He may not be the most muscular. But this kid has more heart. Oh, Fisherman's Buster by Caprice Coleman. This kid has more heart than any individual in that locker room. Jimmy Rave has taken beating after beating after beating and has managed to come back each and every time.
Well, he's taking a beating here this evening against the Caprice Coleman. We're talking about Coleman, a guy who has more than a little attitude with him. Some people will consider that baggage. I believe Coleman's using that as part of the offense.
Coleman's got him up. He was going for a powerbomb. Rocker dropper reversal by Jimmy Rave. What a counter.
Smart maneuvering on the part of Rave, way up in the air. He was definitely in no man's land. Had to pop a few on Coleman's skull and drop that leg across Coleman's neck on the way down.
Jimmy Rave, interestingly enough, it looks like he is approaching his matchup with a more, oh my goodness, high back body drop. Coleman's feet almost touch the ceiling. Rave is approaching it with a more methodical approach than he usually does. Jimmy Rave is usually going balls to the wall, 90 miles a minute.
You got to wrestle smart against Coleman, or you don't have a chance in hell.
And I think
no
Coleman,
chance. Oh, I wasn't wanting to say that.
I think Jimmy Rave actually has been studying the tapes and studying his opponent, because he's taking him apart piece by piece and not full bore like he normally does. Kick to the midsection, swinging neck breaker by Jimmy Rave.
Don't see Coleman in this predicament quite so often. I think he took Rave way too lightly. Rave on top of the pin. Not so fast, sir.
Jimmy Rave so wildly popular, like you mentioned before. The young women love him. He is a heartthrob, so to speak, for the younger female population here in the crowd here all over the nation.
The female population?
The female population.
Okay.
Kick to the midsection now, into the corner, and Caprice Coleman going for the Gorilla in Cornelia.
That's ridiculous. Great script writing from Dan Dragon Wilson. Coleman opening up on Rave. Rave returning it in kind. Good old simple fisticuffs right to the face. Now reversal. Rave down for a baseball slide, ducking out of that offensive maneuver.
Jimmy Rave with a roll-up. 2. Only got a 2. Coleman kicked out. Tremendous pure wrestling match we're seeing between these two here. Two of the top junior weights in the country, in the world. Jimmy Rave and Caprice Coleman kicks him right square in the head.
Really boxed him right in the ear. Oh! Coleman coming in right out of the sky onto a collapsing Jimmy Rave. Coleman needs to zoom in for the pin. I guess that's what he's doing.
What height, what elevation, what athleticism. Springboard clothesline by Caprice Coleman.
And once again, Rave shows he's not ready to go down in defeat quite so soon. Shows you that heart that you were talking about earlier on, Dan. There's plenty of it in Jimmy Rave. Oh, down goes the referee. Why does he always do that? I hate that.
Jimmy Rave was going for the sleeper drop, one of his favorite maneuvers. There's the thermal shock. The thermal shock, but Jimmy Rivers, the referee, is out. Here comes the champion.
It's champion JC Dazz. I don't think Coleman realizes that the champion is right behind him.
JC Dazz up.
Okay, Coleman.
Coleman doesn't have a clue.
He's about to get one.
He does now. JC Dazz with the reality check.
Reality check, and down goes Coleman. Unbeknownst to both Jimmy Rave and referee.
Oh, Jimmy Rivers now making his way to his feet, the referee, and Jimmy Rave is up. Coleman got hit with a reality check, the finishing maneuver of JC Dazz. He catches him, Jimmy Rave with a sleeper drop.
Jimmy Rave on top of Coleman for the pin. Jimmy Rave pinned Caprice Ice Coleman. God, who would have thunk that one?